again, everybody. Now we are going to begin with the process of staffing. This is very important for you to remember that for any process you are not going to disturb the sequence. This I have been telling you time and again. You are not going to disturb the sequence. Entire process is to be learnt, is to be understood in the same sequence. So let's start with the process. Staffing includes the following steps one by one: estimating the manpower requirements, recruitment, selection, placement and orientation, training and development, compensation, performance appraisal, promotion and career planning. We learn these steps one by one. So let's start with estimating the manpower requirement. Manpower is the human resource. How many people are required to perform any task. So that requirement is to be estimated. This means knowing how many persons and what kind of skills are required to perform the activities to accomplish organizational goals. Secondly, it is required at several stages in a business: at the commencement of business, at the time of expansion of the existing business, and for replacing the employees who quit, who leave the organization, who remain absent in the organization, who are not going to continue further. So at these times, at the time of establishment, we need people to be appointed. At the time of expanding or the growth, expanding the size of an enterprise, we need to appoint the human resource. And also we need to appoint the human resource when they quit from the jobs. And now how this is done? How the human resource is estimated? This is done on the basis of two types of analysis: workload analysis and workforce analysis. Workload analysis means identifying the number and type of people required to perform any task. How many people are needed to perform this activity? And workforce analysis means identifying the number and types of employees which we already have in the enterprise and evaluating whether the workforce is adequate. If we have any inadequacy, if we have any scarcity of the human resource, that is required to be appointed. So estimating of the manpower requirement is done on two bases: workload analysis, how many people are required to perform the activities, and workforce analysis, how many people we already have in our enterprise and what is now needed. Second step is recruitment. Recruitment, as I told you yesterday also, it's the process of attracting, it is the process of searching the competent and prospective employees to come and apply for the post in my enterprise. So it's the process of searching for the prospective employees and inducing them to apply for available jobs in an organization. Recruitment includes exploration of internal as well as external sources of recruitment, identification of potential candidates, advertisement of vacant jobs via various available media. It could be print media, that is newspapers, pamphlets, catalogs, magazines, etc. And it may be audiovisual media, TV, internet, etc. Third step, after the recruitment is done, after the people apply for the job, the third step is the rejection process, which is the selection process, which means this is the process of choosing from among the potential job candidates identified at the time of recruitment. We received so many applications, but everybody cannot be appointed. So many people have to be rejected, which is called the process of selection. It helps in choosing best among available candidates and motivates them to join the organization. It's done through a host of tests, a series of tests. The rigorous procedure starts, which could include written tests, oral interviews to select the best candidates, post which selected candidates are offered. For the post for which the candidates are selected, they are offered the employment contract, and this selection is done through hard processes which may include written tests, psychological tests, face-to-face interviews, face-to-face attractions, group discussions, etc. Fourth step is placement and orientation. This is the process of making the employees familiar with the workplace. Placement refers to placing the candidate for best fit job for which he has been appointed, and orientation is the process of familiarizing the employee with the existing rules, regulations, with the employees and familiarizing with the rules and policies of the organization, making the employee comfortable in the organization. Fifth step is training and development. This is the process of imparting training and development facilities to the employees to increase their efficiency and effectiveness in the organization for the purpose for which the employee has been appointed. Already employee is capable enough. That is why he got the appointment. But for my enterprise, I need more perfection. So what I need to do? I need to provide them training and develop the employees as per my requirement. This is done through in-house training and through collaboration with educational institution. It helps in retaining the talented employees also. Sixth step is deciding about the compensation. Once the employee starts working, he or she needs to be paid remuneration for the work done. Compensation refers to pay, the allowances, the rewards to the employees in the form of direct financial payment like wages, salaries, incentives, commissions, bonuses, etc. and indirect payments like employer paid insurance, vacations, etc. Next step is performance appraisal. After the employee works for a certain period of time, let us suppose 6 months, a year, 1.5 years, it's the time for his checking of the performance. Just like we evaluate students by taking their tests, we come to know what they have learned. Similarly, employees are judged after a particular time period. At this stage, employees' performance is evaluated against the predetermined standards. It includes defining the job, appraising the performance, and providing the feedback. Appraisals are further used in case the employee requires any training, or they have to be promoted, or they have to be taken out from the job. So performance has to be checked out. Last but not the least, next step is promotion and career planning. It's important for managers to undertake career planning for their subordinates, for their employees. This motivates employees to realize their potential. Career planning includes promotion, transfer or demotion of the employees based on their performances. So I hope that you are clear with the process of staffing. In the coming videos, we will further learn more about the steps in the planning process. Thank you all.